That looks misaligned. Remy. Why do they always start with Remy? I like it nice and quiet, to be frank. Oh yeah, I did a guide on this guy. Ryu? I did a guide on Ken now too. Now everyone knows how to play these characters. Ryu and Ken. Remy will probably be pretty early, but there's a lot of little intricacies to playing Remy well, because he sucks. Jinjin's probably more effective on Remy than any other character. The only other short dizzy bar character is Akuma. And Akuma's got that teleport, which makes Jinjin a little harder to use. Nice. That's a nice little cancel. I'm surprised that close medium kick, or I'm surprised that came out as a far medium kick. That's pretty cool anti-air actually. He did like fade away, crouch light kick into drill. I mean not drill, why do I call it that? Fade away, crouch light kick into low fireball. Call of Comf. Om om. That's the noise rolling over the hills. That's the call. That's hard to do. You gotta be in the corner, or you've gotta do a dash, and the dash is really awful, because it has to be partitioned. I don't know how I'm ever gonna do the Urian video. I can do every other character, no problem. But the Urian video is gonna be so hard. Urian and Yun. Yun, at least I can section off. I can just have an entire section. It's just like, hey, this is Ganaging, this is how Ganaging works. I might. You wanna know the best thing about Switzerland? Well, the flag is a big plus. But that looked like a car throw. He got out of the first frame of it. Or one of the early frames anyway. This truly is a shit matchup. And people say that Ryu doesn't beat anyone. Explain this then. That might have been a punish. He got hit standing, I don't think it was. I wonder what he did. That's kind of a bad jump. That was cool. Good parrying. Look at all that damage. Remy was crouching too, but that EX donkey kick. No, donkey kick works on crouch. I'm high. Nice. Imagine having a job where you can watch fucking YouTube or Twitch on your job. That's the life. That's like when you've made it. Just being able to fucking chill and do shit while you're working. I wish I got paid to do nothing. Technically with my YouTube I get paid to do nothing. Or rather, me getting paid and me making things are not fully chronologically connected. That being said, I put lots and lots of hours into YouTube. But you know, you work a job and you work a job you love and you never work a day in your life. Or something. Ugh, he baited it too, that's the worst part. That was a bad jump from Ryu. It was a good jump depending on what Aura did, but Aura did something that, like, he should have been able to punish that kind of jump Tatsu. But fucking this Aura. I'm just chilling. Empty art museum, your security? There must be like zero accountability in security. Ooh, got him. Very nice. Even if you don't get any kind of cross-up unblockable nonsense, you can always follow a Super 2 in for a low overhead mix-up. And the opponent can't interrupt it. Not easily anyway. He had a punish on that Crouch Fierce. That was a nice jump arc to bait that Crouch Fierce. Command grab does more damage than sweep in that context. It's shitty. Oro's really bad after a distant low parry. He doesn't have anything to do. He needs charge to do Oniyama. None of his far cancels go into anything. If he can't land launcher, he doesn't have a good punish at all. I thought about a security job. I would need like a better phone plan though. I don't want to use data. I would need to do security at some place. I think Ryu could have interrupted that. Should have stayed on the ground. I would need to be security guard over some place that had Wi-Fi. That would be truly living the life. I could sit in a fucking golf cart all night. Put me on security, coach. My whole job would probably just be call the police if I see anyone. Be a professional buck passer. Pretty nice parry, pretty nice punish. That was a reversal headbutt. I think. I don't know, I got hit by a meaty low short. Oro's stomp is low immune. Like, even if it's a true meaty low, reversal Oro stomp will just get out of the way. I thought headbutt was the same way. Since it's also frame 1 airborne. But Ryu did a meaty low short and it hit something midair, which had to be headbutt, otherwise it wouldn't be airborne. Hitting the mirror does not do anything. Fun fact. You don't build any meter from hitting the mirror, or not any more than just fucking whiffing the normal. I don't think. And then it doesn't remove hits from the mirror. For like 1 second I thought you were talking about Freddy Krueger. But it's Freddy Fazbear. I fucking love Five Nights at Freddy's. Here's my power list of Five Nights at Freddy's titles, okay? This is the objectively true list. And it's okay if you disagree. Sister location. 4, 3, 1, 2. I don't know, maybe one higher. Maybe sister location 4, 1, 3, 2. 2 is the worst. 3 has some really nice things, but some really aggravating things. I think there's a new one now, but I haven't researched it. I haven't played it. And there's like a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's World or whatever. I don't even know what that is. It's like uses the characters, but it's like a platformer or something. Ooh, wow. For a sec I thought that was some combo route to keep it going. This is still really good for your in. Delayed low. Didn't open up, but it's okay. Anyway, checking the cameras only opens you up to Freddy. It's Foxy. You have to check the cameras to avoid. Excuse me. Oh no! Alex got thrown in the wrong direction. That neutral jump short. What on earth was that supposed to be? Nice red. I was going to mention that in the Alex video. It's actually something very unfortunate about Alex. That move becomes shit at a high level because the red parry is always at the same time. And it's not too risky to go for. And you can do it on reaction. Every single time there's an EX/elbow, you can get that red parry on the second hit. It's Pino AB7. This man still plays. This is the best Necro. Okay, Sugiyama's probably the best Necro. But this is the second best Necro, if he's not the best. He might be the best, man. He's really good. He's been playing since like the 1999. Oh, very cool. Yeah, look at that. It's over. Oh, he went for cuteness. He had better combos he could have gone for there. Fucking Pino, dude. How cool. Oh. This is like a weirdly good matchup. I think Necro wins it. I don't know if Necro wins it. It's probably 5-5. But Urian's generally a better character than Necro, but Necro's toolset is pretty good against Urian. And Urian's toolset doesn't really counter any character. It's just kind of generally good. It's not like Necro has a really good answer to me or anything. He's got some nice movement options, I guess. He could like super jump drill or something. He's got unpredictable movement options. None of them are that good. Nice. This is an interesting match. I think it's good for Necro. Hugo might be a better character than Necro, but he might not. These are like the two secret high tiers of the game. Maybe Q as well, depending on who you ask. Both these characters have been listed as low tiers for a super fucking long time, but they've had very good tournament success. That's a bit strong. Just calling it good tournament success. They've been viable characters in tournaments. Nice. That's a pain in the ass to parry. Anyway, Hugo is probably generally better than Necro, but Necro's toolset works well here because of shit like that. Nice instant overhead. Though strong, that has to be parried at different times. Air parry only has 4 frames of success, which means if there's 4 frames where you can get anti-aired and then another 4 frames where you can get anti-aired later on in your jump, then a single parry won't nullify a parry like an anti-air really early on versus a parry late. So just mixing up your anti-air timing if you've got a nice long normal like Necro's low strong can be really obnoxious for your opponent. Oh, there we go. I think Hugo and Urian are the only 2 characters where you can do the 6 down back fierces. I think. It might only be Urian, I don't remember. It's a nice little escape. Alright, watch this Hugo jump be getting anti-aired by this super. Here it comes any second now. 3, 2, 1. It's like almost better to it's like you can't do anything about that as Hugo. It's almost worth it to just jump in and get anti-aired by a super just so the meter's gone so you can jump in again. Moving is so hard in this matchup and Pino AB7 is playing it perfectly. He took so little risk. Technically speaking, if you parry that instant overhead jump medium punch, which is hard to do because it can happen at any time. Technically speaking, if you parry it, you can punish it with a shoot down backbreaker if it's close or a lariat if it's not. From really far away, you might not have a punish. But generally speaking, you can do one of those two. Nice. This is Ibarra. He's been playing for a long ass time too. How cool. Pino. Shoot down. That was cool. To be 100% honest, like a 360 versus like a shoot down backbreaker is a very good mix up. Even though both options are pretty fucking risky. It's scary as fuck just getting next to someone and doing shoot down backbreaker in this game. It feels like suicide. And yet, between those 2 options, Hugo has a very good capacity to fuck you up. Shoot down's pretty interesting. I'm making that Alex tutorial right now. Alex's anti-air knee, it's like a hit grab, but it can be parried. But shoot down actually can't be parried. It's like a real throw, which means it's one of very few true anti-airs in this game. That being said, it doesn't have any invincibility, and there's no EX version. So any air normal will beat it. So you need to get people on their way up from a jump, like hit DP as they leave the ground, or you need to do it after like after a parry, an air parry, or you need to do it anticipating the opponent's air parry. So if you do stuff like crouch fierce a lot, it's shitty, but it forces people to do anti-air. That's gonna kill. It forces people to do jump and parry. And if people are doing jump and parry, then they're weak to shoot down backbreaker. It's a shitty mix-up, but it's a pure mix-up. That video is still in production. It's like 90% scripted. I'm just not working on it. That video will make me into Core gaming overnight. Those 3 videos I've been sitting on for literally forever. One of them's MVCI, but unfortunately I can't even go back to that. No one cares anymore. Didn't kill. Should have done 2 claps. After Alex, it's probably Makoto, I guess. I don't know if I like 4 or 5 more. It's close. I like them both for different reasons. I like the mechanics of 5 more. But 4 I've put more time into, and technically speaking, I'm better at. And to be honest, a fighting game, the better you are at a fighting game, usually the more fun it is. I get to show off a little bit more in Street Fighter 4. Nice punish. Again, he had time for multiple claps. Well, I don't know what kind of clap that was. I don't know what kind of clap Hugo gets in that context. Makoko, I guess. You're welcome. It was very fun for me to kill third strike. I could have made all those players good too, to be honest. Well, some of them anyway. If they knew what I knew. This is a big dumb matchup. Normally you see Hugo players pick SA3 here. I don't know the logic behind it. I guess the effective range for a 720 is also the effective range for an opponent's 360. Or something. I don't know. Or maybe claps are really easy to use in this matchup. I couldn't tell you the logic. I just know that most Hugos pick Super 3. In this matchup. The annoying thing about Hugo is that his conversions from far away, and generally his conversions at all, are all off of EX. He needs in order to complete a combo into a knockdown from a light, he needs EX. Nice and safe. If that was parried, he was landing like 2 frames later. So there was no punish. Not even like 720. Well, maybe 720. See, there's the conversion. Anyway, that's annoying about Super 1. You think clap would be like, an easy parry, since it's got so much startup and since it's only 1 parry. But there's some complications. 1, clap can be cancelled into super, which is really aggravating if you parry clap and then it gets cancelled to an invincible, what do you call it? An invincible hammer run. And it's really, really aggravating if it gets cancelled into a fucking 720. Someone parries your clap and you 720 them. Nice. I don't think that can possibly combo. But it's a really good reset. It's a good overhead. My stomach is weirdly upset. Maybe I'm tired. Ooh. I only had 4 hours of sleep last night. Now he's running Hammer Mountain. Explain this. There are Hugos out there who are very exclusive about their Super 1 use. Cost up unblockable, very easy setup. Any character, whenever you can jump over someone in the corner, the setups are easy. But I don't know who Urian can jump over in the corner. Urian doesn't have a cross up, which is annoying. Or rather, his only cross up is the knee drop. And even getting that to cross up at all is hard. Fortunately, he has some setups where it'll always cross up on a cornered opponent. He can like bounce them out barely out of the corner and then cross them up with the knee as they wake up to the mirror. That's a good dash show. Yeah, nice block. Very nice. His combo was killed a little bit there because he got the launch and then the mirror, I think. I don't know, actually. Very cool. That might have been really hard to parry because you can't buffer up parry during the super freeze. And if he hadn't already parried by that mirror freeze, then the window is suddenly very small and in a very weird place. Nice. Urian's killing it, Shinobu. Tried to do Stammernos. Stammernos is kind of cool because in addition to being an overhead, it moves his hurtbox back. So he can, like wake up throws will get out of the way. It's like an auto shimmy normal. Uh-oh. Tominaga happened. Earlier on this round, this match, Makoto beat a Urian low forward that had already been done. Clean with her low forward. Nice. Very cool setup. Boing. Very, very cool. Oh my god, it kept going. Oh my god. Oh. What a nice series of parries. Makoto supposedly can instantly dizzy Urian, as we just saw, but it requires a unique juggle compared to other characters. Because of his air hitbox, I guess? I don't know. Generally speaking, Makoto can't do Touch of Dizzy on long stun characters, but I think she can on some of them, just using weird Fukiages or something. That was a good series of parries. He used some low parries, so he didn't have to worry about low stuff. It also helps him if you want to get pushed, but Urian didn't do anything like that. Got him midair with that back medium kick. Makoto's a wide boy, so you can do 3 crutch-like kicks against her. As Ken, I think. Tommy's an expert at that shit. I wonder, I don't think he needed that EX. He might have. Nice. Ken probably had something he could do there. Parry. Watch out. Ken's scary. What the fuck kind of anti-air is that? Nice. That was a really good confirm. Alright, my stomach's not upset anymore. Early as DP. Who's gonna parry there? No one. Watch out. I knew it, dude. He was sitting there for too long. You could see it. That was a hard super. That doesn't work on a lot of characters. Makoto's so cheap. You guys seeing this? Are you guys watching the same thing I'm watching? Shinta's like exclusively a Ken player, I thought. I've seen Shinta like a lot in old times. Shinta Yan? Okay, they do have an exhibition. Hard punch super 2. I can do it. Maybe it's Chinta I'm thinking of. Nice. Oh, the double. The twofer. What was the starter? I want to see it now. Like, it's crouch medium kick. Crouch medium kick is the same as stand strong. That's, I think that's what you have to do on Makoto. I don't think you can do anything better than that. Remember when I finished the tutorial on this character? Remember when I said which you can do on which characters? I like kind of accidentally memorized that list. I didn't memorize it, but I know a lot of them. Yurian's one of the ones where you have to use stand strong and or low forward. So is all the Shotos. So are all the Shotos. Neat! Not a good air normal. I think any other air normal would have killed Makoto. But the parry itself was really smart. There's gonna be like a raw. Ken's gonna build a little bit of meter, and then there's gonna be like a raw EX Fireball Super in neutral, and then fucking Tominaga's gonna parry it somehow because he's Jesus. This won't kill. Nope. I don't think I like never ever parried that EX chop. I'm rarely in a scenario where I even have to deal with it. I feel like I'm usually not blocking stuff for Makoto. Either I'm getting grabbed from a dash-in thing, or I'm not next to Makoto or anywhere near. Most of the matchup happens really far away in Makoto versus Oro. Louder. This is an hour and 8 minutes long. I don't know if I'm here for this commitment, especially because my stomach's been hurting a little bit on and off tonight. If I feel like leaving, I'll leave. That was partitioned. Anyone else see that shit? Hold on. Look at that. Cute. Partitioning like doesn't change that much about Remy. That's the annoying thing. It lets you do shit like that, and it's nice. It lets you do charge moves in times where you wouldn't normally get them. But like partitioning for Urian gives you like unblockables. Partitioning for Oro gives you unblockables and like juggles on characters where you don't normally have juggles. For Remy, it doesn't give you anything. It gives you fireballs when you wouldn't normally have them and flash kicks when you wouldn't normally have them, which can potentially give you a little bit of an extra ender. Or give you a bit of extra pressure. Nice. That's invincible. It's got a nice hitbox too. Nice. Parry and punish. Or it doesn't have to do that, so I kind of never learned to do that. Like parry an attack and then instantly super. Or like parry an attack into normal into super. A lot of characters do that. Stuff like Ken, parry low forward, super. Oro has no context in which that's the right play, which makes him actually really unique because almost every other character does that sequence. I can't believe that worked. That was such a prayer. It's okay banking that meter, to be honest. If it worked, it was worth using, obviously, and if it didn't work, like, I don't know, Remy's meter's not that precious. Remy has a hard time fucking building meter, but, like, honestly, like, it's not like meter makes him great. It's not like meter suddenly makes him an amazing character. EX Fireball just has slightly better neutral than regular Fireball. EX Flash Kick is nearly worthless. There's nothing particularly wrong with EX Flash Kick, it's just usually you won't have charge to do it in punishes. Yeah, I remember the Blue Nocturne. That's like the best thing you can do with Remy's meter, and you can't even fucking do that if you pick Super 2. I like Super 1 over Super 2 as Remy in most matchups. Almost all of them. Super 1 has way better neutral application, but Super 2 has a couple extra setups, I think. They're kind of both anti-air, to be honest. Neither of them anti-airs that well. Anti-air, Super 1 is probably the better anti-air of them, but it doesn't anti-air conventional jumps like that. Anti-air parry into Super 2 works. And it has a better raw hitbox for anti-airing, but if you get parried, it's not like it gets that many hits. Oh, it traded. Super 2 would have won there. Had Blue Nocturne been a command grab, it's funny that you bring that up because that was the forward strike change. They made that into a command grab. It would definitely be better. Forward strike also had it on quarter circle forward punch. And you could do quarter circle forward, medium kick, and get the overhead. And then Kara that into a punch to get a Kara command grab. And give it extra range. Pretty cool idea. Nice little whiff. Close roundhouse. That's 2 parries, but it's not great. I think you can duck the second hit. So it's, you know, it's not great on block. It links into Super 2, but not Super 1, I think. So it's kind of weird to see meaty close roundhouse on a Super 1 Remy. Nice. This is almost dizzy. He dropped it. It's not almost dizzy. That's a crucial moment right there. OS parry into anti-air jab. He probably could have done a stand strong. Necro's cherry tap animation is godlike. I'm not sure how I'd fix Remy. I talked about it pretty recently. I talked about giving him fireballs that started and stopped. Okay, command grab and back turn would be pretty cool. The only character who really has that as a true basic part of their game plan is Alex. And then there's a bunch of characters who can do something kind of like that in very specific scenarios. Like technically, Necro can combo command grab from a back turn. Sort of. Technically, Q can, but it requires a trade. Technically, Hugo can, but you'll never see it. It's like towards Fierce until Hugo bounces off the mirror into fucking Super 1. Yeah. Omega Seth has a fireball that sits in place for a little bit and then moves. If Remy had stuff like that. Remy's whole fireball needs to be reimagined. The problem is it's like a normal fireball. That's the mistake. Third Strike is not the kind of game where you want a normal fireball. You want something quirky. They didn't do enough to make Remy's fireball actually better than other fireballs. His higher fireball is not that good, and his low fireball is probably one of the best grounded fireballs in the game, but it's not great. It's not saying much. Most grounded fireballs are kind of shit. You can technically do that. That whole combo works. It's very specific. If you get an air-to-air fierce, you can do cold blue kick into dash flash kick, and if you're in the corner, you don't need the dash. And I think that also works with crouch fierce, cold blue kick, flash kick, but that is a really tight juggle. It's like 1 or 2 frames, and it doesn't work on all characters. But that would be a nice combo for him to just have. If it required a partition, that wouldn't even be that bad, to be honest. It would just make people learn partitions. If Remy required more partitions, it would make him more kind of unique. No, I already talked about it. Well, I guess you might not have seen it or heard it. I'd make his fireball start and stop. I'd make it so when you throw a fireball, like let's say you throw the light one, it goes like a quarter screen and then stops and then starts again. And the medium one goes like mid-screen, or maybe like a third screen, and then it stops and then it starts again. And then like maybe the heavy one goes like half screen, then stops, and then waits a bit and starts. Stuff like that. And the idea is he could put a fireball on the screen and then like jump over you or something like that. And then maybe get some kind of cross-up unblockable going with meaty fireball into like cross-up. 5 hits on Remy. If that does the characters that does 5 hits, it's optimal ender. Nice. It would allow Remy to do more kind of fireball combos. It would give him better abuse of the fact that he can get 2 fireballs on the screen at a time. And it would potentially open him up for some crossover blockable abuse. So it would fix 3 problems Remy has. Or I shouldn't say 3 problems, but it would make him technical on 3 more levels. That was he had a juggle to Dizzy. He didn't go for it. And now it's going to be a lot harder to get. Oh, that was unfortunate. Remy'd already hit Jump Fierce. If he hadn't already hit it, he could come down and hit Necro on the way down. And hitting Necro on the way down might have let the electricity travel far enough that he wouldn't have landed on it. Nice. Was that a jump jab? I don't know what that normal is. I think that's Jump Fierce, actually. No, it's not. I don't know what that is. It must be jump jab. Mystery Necro normal. Stand Strong hits pretty quick. I think it cancels, but it doesn't do a whole lot. Not imperative to Remy's function. Oh, we got it. And 2 hits. I think there might be a juggle there. At the very least, there's a juggle into another electric snake. Although I think that's pretty tight to hit. Dead. Very nice juggle. If the opponent bounces off an electricity and you cancel the electricity right as they bounce off, you get a juggle into Stand Fierce, Stairman House, a few other things. Gal VT1, that would be a good direction for Remy. I'm down with that. If they just give Remy Gal VT1, don't even fucking ask questions. Yeah, reimagine Super 1 to that bullshit. Parry. Wow, that was cool. That was, oh, shit. Look at these. Time out. Dash EX flash kick. Right here. Requires partitioning. How about another? That was 2 dashes into flash kick. Nice charging. We got a charge master over here. His skills should be better spent on fucking Urian. As someone who quite likes Guile, Remy is a poor substitute for Guile, even though he's probably the biggest. He's like the only clear reference of the Street Fighter characters, of the Street Fighter 3 characters, to like a Street Fighter 2 character. Besides the characters who are literally just there. Like, Hugo isn't actually that much like Eve at all. Necro isn't actually that much like Sim at all. Nice. I guess if we're counting Sean, Sean's the clearest reference. But after that, it's Remy. ATR, delayed Stand Strong. I think that requires a Kara on some characters, one of which might include Remy because he's kind of narrow when he's falling. Dropped. You might have to do charge down back into forward medium kick into up kick, which would be a pain in the ass. There was definitely most certainly some way he could use meter to get that to kill. But, you know, That ended up being pretty good. The thing is, blue-haired Remy got more meter out of that at the end of the day. Not too bad of a way to lose. Oh yes, if Remy's crouching without attacking for long enough, he'll sigh. God bless this game. The thing is, Yang didn't have that much in common with Faye, but then Faye retroactively got some things for Yang. From Yang. Like, Faye didn't used to have a command grab. He didn't have it in Alpha or Street Fighter 2. Faye having a command grab is a reference to Yang. Just like how Yang having Rekas is a reference to Faye. I feel like there's another one. But I can't think of what. Oh yes, Faye Long's dive kick. That's an easy cold blue kick to parry. That one was probably as well. Oh, he got reversal and it wasn't a punish. That's a 2-frame super. I think heavy cold blue kick might be the safest. No, I think EX is? I don't remember. The thing about cold blue kick is they don't tell you this. Cold blue kick is like a drill, like a Kemi drill. The further it travels, the deeper it hits, the safer it is. But it's a lot harder because Kami, like, the active frames are all the time it's traveling. But cold blue kick, it like does most of its traveling before it even starts having active frames. And then it mostly goes down. I mean, it still goes forward, but you know. If you don't hit it with the early frames, it's hard to hit with the late frames. That was empty jump parry, I think. Hong Kong. Neither of them are, and none of them are from China. That was a really cool punish. No, it wasn't. That was a really shitty punish. For some reason, I saw the low strong into Sonic Boom, and I was like, oh shit, that was a partition. It's like, no, it's not. He held down back, and then he did a charge move. They're Lee's children, I think. And I think Lee... I don't remember if Lee is Gen's son, so they might be Gen's grandkids. Sound effects in this game are pretty good overall. Yes, that Remy Sai, high tier Sai. This matchup's really not fun at all. Especially because Chun-Li can super through fireballs. I think she's a little funny to juggle too. I don't know about Remy. For Oro, she's very easy to juggle. She's one of Oro's easiest juggle characters. Good to practice on. The overhead. You don't see that very often. It's not a horrible overhead, it's pretty much bog standard. A lot of people say the animation's deceptive. One thing I didn't know about Chun-Li until recently is that her close medium kick, actually, it's got a dead zone. Her medium kick car throw. It's like Oro's. She's got like a relatively large, it's not that big, it's like 30. It's still smaller than the natural throw range of Hugo, but it's much larger than Chun-Li's normal throw range. That's her, oh no. That's her throw range with her close medium kick car throw. And there's a little range where she'll get close medium kick. Ooh, nice juggle. There's a little range where she'll get close medium kick, but she, like, if she does close medium kick car throw, the throw's out of range. And then if you get further than that, and you would get far medium kick. Far medium kick is a giant car throw. It's the second biggest in the game after Qs. It's only barely smaller than Qs. So, like, Chun-Li has this big-ass fucking throw range. But if you're too close, if there's a certain spot you can stand where she can't grab you with a car throw. Because her normal changes and the car is worse off of the close normal. Or has the same thing with his stand medium kick. It's a car throw for the close version and the far version. But the far version is huge and the close one is tiny. So he's got a huge dead zone, but Chun-Li's is small. The only character without an overhead in this game besides the universal overhead is 12. Everyone else has an overhead somewhere. I think the idea with 12 was that his instant air dashes are all his overheads. You make your own overheads. And to be honest, it does kind of work like that. This is some nice Remy footage we've stumbled on. In case we all wanted to watch a shit ton of Remy versus Remy, here it is. Nice flash. That was a nice parry. Remy's punish damage is not too high. His optimal punishes are shit like stand medium kick super, and that's not very strong. And stuff like crouch fierce into flash kick is even weaker. He could have used that to confirm super and he chose not to. Normal cancel to sonic boom is a super confirm. Q's natural overhead is from the dash punch. Some characters only have overhead some special moves. Nice. I forget that's possible. Nice, there's the confirm. That's the one I mentioned a second ago. It's not even that strong. For a DP style super with such a long bar, you think it would be stronger. It's almost as long as the super meter can be. Although it does stock 2, which is pretty nice. Super 1 is only barely shorter. I think all 3 of Urian supers stock 2. Though they don't all have the same length. I don't remember how they all differ. I think Super 1 has the longest bar. I don't think they're all the same size. Aegis might be the shortest bar, but it's still not that short. Aegis is the fairest super in this whole game, despite being the one that's literally the most broken. It's very pure, and it makes Urian's matchups very even. No character has a great escape, except teleport, and that's not even great. Imagine if 12 had a teleport. It'd be kind of cool. I was trying to think of who I would give a teleport to in this game. Oh yeah, Oro. Oro in lore would probably be the one most capable of teleporting, but it really has no business on his toolset. Imagine if you could put that super out and then teleport behind them. When's the last time they gave a teleport to someone? Seth? I guess so. The last time before that was probably... No, Seth got a teleport at the same time Bison did, didn't he? I don't think Bison had a teleport in Alpha. Or maybe he did. Yeah, maybe he did. I think Bison had a teleport before Street Fighter 4. I think he had a teleport in Marvel. Remember M. Bison in Marvel? I definitely remember teleport animations on M. Bison in Alpha. But I think they were all for like cinematic stuff and after his super. Yellow Devil style teleport, where he kind of droops into the ground, and then reforms behind you. They don't hand out teleports very much anymore. It's kind of a legacy move. The only characters who have them are the characters who always had them. He had an actual teleport in Street Fighter Alpha. For no reason. Of all the changes I understand in Street Fighter 5 and all the changes I don't, nerfing Akuma's teleport is probably the one I understand the most. I understand completely why they nerfed it. It's like still usable too. It's still really nice that he has that tool. So it's not like it's even fucking that bad of a nerf. His defense is still above average with the EXDP and the teleport and the super and having a 3-frame normal and all that. Way above average, some of the best. I guess Nash has a teleport, it's completely different. but it's functionally it's not so different. The thing about Akuma's teleport in Street Fighter 4, which made it really awful, is that some characters could chase it completely no problem, and some characters could not chase it at all. So it was like a huge balancing problem. It was a complete nightmare to balance. And they didn't do a very good job of balancing, and Akuma is one of the least balanced characters in Street Fighter 4. And then combine that with the fact that there's universally worse defense. They can't just leave Akuma's teleport intact. Fucking people already bitch that Akuma's the best character in the game, and you're coming in saying they nerfed it for no reason. There's something a little bit like that in Street Fighter. I mean, in Psyche's a little bit like that in KOF 13, I guess. He's got teleport cancels from stuff. I think he can do the teleport raw too. And it's like a meterless thing, but it's a lot like Nash's teleport. A sub. That's pretty cool. Cherry tapped. Remy's cherry tap tips over instantly. I mean, Nash VT1 teleport is basically Strider and Dante both have that in Marvel. A meterless version of that teleport that they can just do at any time. Dante, I think, always goes behind the opponent, but Strider gets to choose. He can go behind or in front. Jury's teleport type move. I think it's a real stretch to call that a teleport. It's more like a command dash. And even then it's more like a counter than a command dash, since you can't just do it. That's the TC. It's one of them. Maybe he's got two. The other one's jab short. Close jab, close short. Stand forward, stand right now. So it doesn't do anything. It literally does not do anything. So you don't see it very often, since it has no purpose and no function. If you have no charge and there's no other way to combo out of stand medium kick, technically speaking, roundhouse is your highest damage out of stand medium kick. If you have no meter and no charge. Nice, that's it, that's it. Rarely did we see that. That's the dash flash kick. That's what you need to do to get that combo. That's like the most useful instance of partitioning Remy has. Urian gets fucking cross-up unblockables, cross-up unblockable loops, and Remy gets that combo. It's cool. It would be a lot cooler if it was better. I mean, it's worth learning because it's optimal for Remy. It's just like it's not enough to move him up a tier. It makes one of his combos do a little bit more damage. Two of his combos. This is a bad match for sure. I don't know that much about it. Well, I guess I do. But Yang's dizzy output is a big problem for Remy. And Yang's neutral is also a big problem for Remy. This is like not a counter pick, but it's close. It's like getting there. Yang's generally a better character and he has a lot of tools that happen to be good against Remy. So overall it's like, well, maybe it is a counter pick. Yeah, it's not like Yun's good either. Yun is probably still worse just because Yun's better. But Yang is awful. I can do partitions most of the time in the setups that I know. They're not too hard. The leniency is actually fairly easy. It's just adding up to the correct amount that's important. An activation super where he can throw fireballs without charge. Yeah, Remy's a weakling. Remy needs to hit you so many times. It's bad enough that he struggles to string a combo together. But then even when he strings a combo together, it's really not that strong. A lot of his special moves lose like hits or stuff. Or like scaling kind of adds up on him. Or just his attacks aren't very strong in general. Like he has no like extended combo route, you know? Low strong into flash kick is like as good as it gets. Crouch fierce into flash kick. Nice. Not very impressive. Nice. If they jump as you throw a fireball, you can do a neat. See, Crouch Fierce wouldn't have increased the damage of that combo, and neither would a Flash Kick canceled the super. And neither would a Sonic Boom canceled the super. It's really shitty the way that Remy's combos all work. One of the first things I remember Forward Strike made it so Remy's, if you do like a Flash Kick cancel to a super, the Flash Kick hits are like super spread out on the super. That 10 strong just whiffed. So Flash Kick into super does full damage. I remember seeing that and being like, oh, that's better. It's a lot more like it. DP style supers not hitting properly mid-air is the fucking worst meme of Third Strike. There are a lot of supers that juggle completely normally mid-air, so they obviously know how to do it. Shit like Ryu SA2. He gets the full connect on an airborne opponent with the same follow-ups. And clearly they don't care about crazy hard parries on airborne opponents because they made fucking Necro Super 1, Chun-Li Super 1. Clearly they don't mind about making someone on the ground or someone in the air parry like 20 billion times. It's not like Remy's SA2 would even be that hard of a parry as an ATR. You might as well just make it do full damage. I don't see the problem. It's not even that strong of a super. Power it up. Let's give it like fucking 5 extra damage. I'll be happy. He's like one hit from where that. Oh, that was Yang missed a whiff punish. It's not a bug. It's like how they intended to do it. A lot of DP supers work like that. Akuma's works like that. Ken Super 1 works like that. There's others. All the like repeated uppercut style supers, most of them don't work properly. ATR Shinsho, get any more time to do a follow up. It's like barely different, but I think it is different. The opponent will be pixels higher. It shouldn't affect your timing too much though. Ooh, dropped it. This is still like impossible for Remy to win. Yang is one of the worst characters to be at chip health against. Oof, his medium kick came out the wrong way. I wouldn't call this a good matchup for Yang. I think he loses it, but it ain't too bad. Classic matchup lists have put it at 6-4, which is probably accurate. Just Chun-Li generally being good, but Yang has good tools here. He's got okay neutral to fight Chun-Li, and also he's got that command grab loop. He also has some beefy corner combos on Chun-Li's weird body. You can do palm into 2/2/2/, because Chun-Li is very tall when she's falling. Or very short when she's falling, I guess. I don't know. One or the other. Nice confirm. Oh, very nice confirm. Meaty universal overhead. Why on earth was that not EX? EX might have dizzied. God, that was a Yang round. Alright, where's the kidder? Next round it's gonna be there. There is it. There it is. 3 Yang wins equals kidder. You gotta do EX Rekka to combo from lights. That caught me off guard when Street Fighter 4 first added twins. That was like the thing that surprised me most about Street Fighter 4 Yang. Was regular Rekka's comboed from lights. I was like, Jesus. That like makes Yang so good. In general, like they gave the really solid Street Fighter 4 treatment to Rekkas. Rekkas don't cancel the super in Street Fighter 3. But in Street Fighter 4 you can FADC them no problem. I think they don't cancel the super. That's like a weird thing that both twins have. Yun's dash punch is the same way. You can FADC it, but it doesn't cancel the super. There are very, very, very few moves like that in Street Fighter 4. And all of them are like custom programmed in. It's like a deliberate thing. Normally the super cancel and the FADC cancel are the same exact flag. But there's a couple moves where they made it so you can do one but not the other. I think there's lore involved with Yang and rollerblading, but I don't remember it. It's probably in Second Impact or some shit. I didn't know about the Love Triangle until just recently with 30th Anniversary Edition. Or a Love Square, I guess. Yun, there's a girl who has a crush on Yun. And Yang has a crush on that girl. And then that girl has a sister who has a crush on Yang. And then Yun is like not even a part of it. Yun is like fucking bitches and whores. I don't give a shit about any of that. The 2 girls are twins. So it's 2 twins in love with 2 twins. I don't remember if Yun and Yang are supposed to be identical. They sure look identical, I'll tell you that. Got the same fucking body. The thing about a skateboard is you can just put it away. So you can show the character, like, you know, skateboard in. And then he can just, you know, throw the skateboard away or hold it up or whatever, and that's that. But having a character like rollerblade in, it's like, hold on, let me fucking unlace these rollerblades. Unbuckle them. Yeah. I would have parried that. No problem. It was up 50-50 though. Yang didn't really have a good thing to do to get out of the way, because it's a flash kick, it's going to auto-correct. He had to parry it. Is he on the big brother? I don't remember who's the older one. I thought Yun was the younger brother. I thought the Yun stood for young. Look, the teleport. You don't see it very often in this game. It's mostly used for movement because there's no invincibility and there's no EX version. EX teleport. I mean EX dash. EX Rekka's teleport in. Or like get out of the corner with a teleport. Pretty much the only times you use it. Chun-Li's dad's name is Dorai. He's probably dead. WarioWare games are low-key amazing. I've been following this new one. I remember when WarioWare came out, I played the first one and I was fucking blown away with how fun it was. Was that just a link into stand short from overhead? I didn't know Yang could do that. It was a crouching opponent, but I didn't think that was possible. Time out while I peruse Yang's frame data. Because I have the tab open. Yang's like here. Towards medium kick. Towards plus forward. On hit, it's on crouching hit, it's +1, and it has no less than 6 active frames, so I can go up to like +6. And stand short's like 4, I think. Stand like kick. Yeah, it's 3, so it hits on the 4th frame. Good lord, it was a 7-hit combo, I think. Whoa, not this. There we go. Let's look at that again. No, maybe it, yeah, maybe it didn't combo. You're right, it did say 6. Remy stayed crouching the whole time. I guess theoretically you could make it work though. If you got like a really deep meaty, which he didn't get. I guess I just miscounted. Mis-eyed. More accurately. Oh no. Nice. He didn't have time for a cold blue kick there. Had to go straight to flush kick. That's actually a really cool thing for Remy to have. It'd be nice if he had like a 2-hitter normal somewhere, or an air TC or something. Bit more dominance midair would be nice. Maybe they could do something to make parry into Stammernouse good. Nice. Fully voice acted cutscenes? I don't know how to feel about that. I kind of don't want that. I'm having flashbacks to Mario Sunshine. I was reflecting recently how shit Mario Sunshine was. Considering it was the successor to Mario 64, you know? Which was considered to be like one of the greatest video games ever made. It's amazing all the little ways they found to fuck up. Like, whose decision was it to have 240 blue coins? And have 24 shines locked behind blue coins? Someone explain that to me. There's some things that are really cool about Sunshine. I feel like it's generally a good game, but like as a successor of Mario 64, it's awful. The water did look good. The graphics in general look great. The thing about the flood is really cool except for the hover nozzle. The speed nozzle is pretty cool and the rocket nozzle is pretty cool. I liked both of those, but the hover nozzle just like, it breaks all the platforming instantly. Oh no. What you actually have to do to play Sunshine is actually pretty surprisingly light. You only need to get 49 shines. Most of them are optional. Ooh. Like almost all the content of the game is optional. You need to beat Shadow Mario. There's no shine count. You need to have beaten Shadow Mario in every level. The difficulty, I don't know. I wouldn't say that Sunshine's an easy game. The platforming is easy. And in general, the only time the platforming feels good is during the secret missions where your flood is taken away, and then you actually have to use the Mario-style platforming, which is good, by the way. It's not really worse than Mario 64 for the Mario-style platforming. It's just that usually it's optional. Usually the flood is better. Usually you don't need to resort to a lot of the Mario movement because the flood just makes the difference. The flood is too easy. It nullifies. That's the thing. That's what Odyssey did right. That's what Mario 64 didn't have to worry. Mario 64 had like perfect controls. Okay, let's just say that right now. Mario 64 has literally perfect controls. Galaxy added like a catch-all because they thought that people would fuck up, you know? The movement was really weird, and sometimes it could get kind of jank if you're running on the sides of planets and whatnot. Sometimes you wouldn't jump the way you wanted to. The idea is that no matter how your jump went, you could fix it with like the spin jump, you know? And it's like, it doesn't really let you do stuff other than fix bad jumps. It lets you get like a little smidge of height. It lets you re-angle yourself if you wall jump or something like that. It's like a useful attack. Or I mean, it is a useful attack, but it's a useful movement tool, but it's not like, you know, most of the platforming is still there. Most of it you're doing is Mario. And then if things go a little awry, or if you need that little extra inch, you spin. It doesn't get in the way of your Marioing, is what I'm trying to say. It just helps it out. It's like a little Marioing crutch. But the thing about the flood is that it nullifies your Marioing. You can do Marioing, but if you do the flood, it'll be easier. And you also have more control over it. And Odyssey, where that shines, is it introduced some new... It took all the fluff out of Mario 64's controls and then added some movement options that were not redundant in any way with his other movement options. Like, the roll had a completely different niche from everything else he could do. Yeah, SMS spin jump into flood is like it's like the ultimate movement option. You don't do anything else. Mario Odyssey probably has the best variety of like requiring you to use different movement options. Mario 64 is pretty good, but obviously like things like long jumps and pivot jumps are more useful than a lot of the other stuff. I have mixed opinions about Dixie Kong. I have the same opinions about Dixie Kong as I do about Toadstool in Mario 2. It's the best. And so I'm like I'm incentivized to pick it because it's the best. Because it lets you, like, you know, it prevents you from dying the most easily. You have the most control over it. But sometimes you shouldn't have that much control, you know? I shouldn't be able to just move directions on my pad and then have my character go in any direction on the screen. With just complete freedom. Like, hold up and Mario fucking rises. From limitations come creativity. I want Mario to still be affected by gravity and shit. Mario Odyssey has really simplified controls, but they don't feel lacking for that reason. Even though they're simplified, they don't feel lacking is what I meant to say. Even though it's a 2-button game. 3-button. Shoulder plus hat plus jump. Anyway, Sunshine had a lot of really bad things about a lot of the levels too. A lot of the bonus levels are just kind of awful. Like, remember that Turbo Nozzle level where you had to go down a straight line and then jump really far? That was really cool the first time. I'm not going to say anything bad about that level. In fact, I still enjoy doing it. But Odyssey did pretty much the same thing but better later on. Remember the Sandbird? It's boring. It's fucking 7 red coins right off the bat. And you're just waiting. Being patient. And then the fucking bird turns sideways and it's so easy to fucking die. Yeah, Pachinko was fucking horrible. The weird ass. I get it. They were going for like the randomness of a Pachinko machine, I guess. That Mario kind of falls around in a way you can't fully control. But it just feels so awful compared to the rest of the game. And then the one where you're on the lily pads and you have to blow yourself around. Yeah, Lily Pad River. It's like, why all those levels, they're just so unfun. Or like having to ride the boat around to get to the fucking, get your Yoshi to the right spots, or get under the fucking bridge and hover your way up. A lot of the shines were just inconvenient, you know what I mean? Yeah, the stomp jump, and the stomp roll as well, and just rolling in general. Those were all very clever. They work really well. Those 3 were like my favorite additions. A stomp roll instantly puts you at max speed. It's the absolute minimum space you need to get to max speed. Daring. Remember, I'm a chuckster. What the fuck were they thinking? They forgot to program that entire section. I'm a chuckster. And then fucking Mario goes falling down a giant pit. Fuck chucksters. Literally not fun. Okay, the thing that I actually hate about blue coins. I think blue coins are a pretty cool idea. But the thing I genuinely hate about blue coins is that sometimes they weren't all there all the time. A lot of blue coins would only be in specific missions. And if it's like, you know, it's the mission where that entire fucking place was on fire, and there was lava everywhere, and then some of the piazzas are on fire, and you have to put them out. I get it. I get that those blue coins would be exclusive to that mission. That's okay. Okay? I'm alright with that. Nice double crush fierce. I think that requires the opponent to be airborne. But the problem I have is when there's like a fucking enemy at the top of a spire that's like used in like mission 2. And then if you go there on mission 8, there's like a fucking enemy who drops a blue coin if you kill him. It's like, why? Fuck you. Fuck you for putting this enemy here. And he's only there on like mission 8. I enjoy the gimmick that the overworld gets brighter the more shines you have. That's cute. I also don't like that the scenario changes the entire overworld, so it's very hard to get shines out of order. It's like, whatever the thing is, it's like, okay, here's the fucking... Now there's a blooper who's spitting oil, kill the blooper, and that's the only shine in the entire map. Okay, now there's blooper racing, and also that's the only shine in the entire map. Okay, now there's some rising and falling platforms, and you gotta shoot fish with Yoshi's puke. And also that's the only shine in the entire map. That's annoying. Galaxy does that too. That's one of Mario 64's greatest, like, strengths. And really, I think Mario 64 was, the thing is, they had to, like, invent something. You couldn't do, like, 2D and 3D, you know? You couldn't have racing on the level. Well, you could. But the decision to make, like, an exploring game was a really good decision. He didn't super cancel. If you're not going to super cancel, it's better to do the, Light Ender. Marathon platforming doesn't work as well in 3D. So they give you a sandbox. There wasn't really an ability to do that in 2D, but I feel like it was a really good way to keep the playstyle. But Street Fighter. Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario Galaxy don't give you a sandbox. Odyssey gives you a sandbox. You want to know something interesting about Odyssey that I didn't find out in my whole playthrough? You know how you lose 10 coins if you die? If you don't have 10 coins, it doesn't do anything. Like, if you only have, like, 2 coins, it takes away the 2 coins, and that's that. If you die with 0 coins, like, nothing happens. There's actually no punishment for dying if you don't have any coins. I think they expected... The thing about Odyssey is the difficulty is really weird. It has some things that are legitimately pretty hard. Or some things... There are a lot of things where they're hard your first time, but then once you get it, then all of a sudden you can do it pretty easily. And then they want kids to be able to, like, do it. They want children to be able to do, like, everything in the game. So it feels like they were kind of doing it with children in mind. The difficulty is, like, it's too all over the place. It's generally too easy, and then every now and then it's too hard. The reset. It didn't even reset. If the opponent gets reset out, they still fall into the super, but they can parry out. But there's, you know, it still works if they don't parry out. But if you do the super fast enough, they do not even get reset. Galaxy, it did everything differently from what I liked, but it was very good at what it did, so I have no complaints. I prefer the sandboxing, but Galaxy's, like, what Galaxy tried to do worked better without the sandboxing. Or rather, I think Galaxy I would have enjoyed Galaxy more as a sandbox, but it's such a stellar example of a marathon with changing levels, marathon platformer, that I don't mind. Nice. You don't see Necros doing that EX punish too often when they're Super 1 Necros. Nice. That overhead can be reaction parried, so a lot of Necros don't do it that much. Same with this other one. The fact that he's got 2 different, almost completely redundant overheads with 2 different animations makes it kind of hard to react to them, though. 2 completely different attacks where the counter's the same thing. Oh, Super would work there. Super might have worked there. Necro Super has a little bit of a vacuum effect. Watch out. Oh my god, that was it. Just do it. Just do it. Raw Super. Fuck the police. Now. Just do it. Oh, okay. He played smart instead. Can't even complain. I don't actually know how much chip Necro Super does. It's not very much. Look at that teeny tiny super bar. Necro Super 3 is one of the shortest meters. Super 3 is, yeah, I don't know. It's got mostly the same setups as Super 1. But it's got a little bit more, I don't know. It's a little bit worse in neutral. But the fact that you can store 2 of them is pretty nice. And then the fact that it does really high dizzy is also really nice. Overall, I'm not sure which one I'd rather have. They're both good for different reasons. I guess I like Super 3 more. It probably depends on the matchup, though. Definitely against Hugo, I want Super 1. High S-Ride. That was a bit weird. He didn't even get the right punish. You can block the first hit and then parry the second. But he parried the first hit and he saw what it was. Really nice there. And he just did the very delayed parry on the second hit. That was like 100% correct. He could not have done that better. The jump strong was a punish. So I went to the optometrist today. It was the first time I went to the optometrist in like 6 years. So, you know, it'd been a while. I have good vision. Or I don't have good vision. I've got like fucking, I'm short-sighted. Nearsighted. Freudian slip. But I haven't had any sort of blurry vision or anything in the 6 years. So I've been kind of neglecting going. But I went today. And my prescription had barely changed. It was like the same. But I had a discount on frames. And I was like, okay, let's get some new frames. And then I looked at the frames and they were all like $200 fucking. I thought about going to Costco and getting some, but I don't know. Ended up getting a new pair. And then with everything they tried to upsell me on, plus the price of the exam because I don't have any eye insurance. It was like $300. $350. It was just something like that. It was just fucking exorbitant. He did it. Yeah. That's the one time that's a good idea. If you almost dizzy someone with a Super 3, you can juggle like one hit of another Super 3 or like 2 hits, depending on the opponent. And that gets a smidge more dizzy. It's like almost never worth it. But when that dizzy pushes the opponent over the edge, it's like quite hard to do as well. Timing's kind of precise. Wasn't there a juggle there? Did he miss it? Was he too early? Going for really aggressive parries. That got a decent amount of hits. I thought it was going to fall out for a sec. Costco is worth the membership. Everything about Costco is great. Like, really great. That was strong, didn't hit. I think if you do parry that, it's hard to punish. Costco is the cheapest place to shop by far, even after the membership is considered. The only reason I don't shop there is because it's so far away. I don't have a local Costco. I have to drive for like 20 minutes to get to one. It's like 10 minutes. No, it's like 15. It's pretty far. Nice. There's the juggle. Taunt was good there. He shouldn't have been whiffing normals. He should have taunted. Yeah, the food court's free. Also, buying alcohol is free. And I think the pharmacy might be free. There are certain parts of a Costco you can use even if you're not a member. I don't know if the gas. I don't know if you need a membership to get gas there. No, the food court, you just don't need the membership. It's not free. But yeah, you can go in and get a fucking $1.50 hot dog or whatever. It's a nice hot dog too. Necro's throws do weirdly high dizzy. Electricity? Nope. It's an overhead. Electricity is such a good option for Necro that it makes it really difficult for the opponent because they have to anticipate electricity because it's such a good way to chip you out. I think Necro can electricity mash infinitely, but a fast attack will interrupt it if you get one parry. Costco's like Sam's Club, yeah. It's like a better Sam's Club. Everything you buy in massive bulk. Close Fierce that came out the wrong way. Yeah, I heard that. I thought they were increasing the price of the hot dog. They're probably selling the hot dog at cost at this point. The price hasn't changed in like 100 years or some bullshit. Yeah, Costco, you need to be a member to shop there, and it's like $50 a year to be a member. But a lot of things at Costco are sold at cost. Like the price it costs for them to get it to you is the price you pay to buy it. So there's no markup, there's no margins for those products. So it ends up being insanely cheap. So even with the membership, you end up saving a ridiculous amount of money. But it's a bulk store. So there's no way to buy. Like if you want to buy apples, you buy a fucking thing of 24 apples. They're nice apples. Love me a Gala. Love me a Honeycrisp. You know what apple I like? Granny Smith. That's a good apple right there. Alright, that's the other time where a second super is good. Nice, I think that was still punish. Remy sucks. There's like a good ass dash flash kick too. That's the worst part. It still came out the wrong way. Flash kick is generally a really good anti-air, even if it's not EX. But the fact that it's one parry is just a big problem. Nothing wrong with a Fuji apple. Oh, he did something. I'm an apple man. I don't give a fuck. Give me an apple and I'll eat it. I don't care if it's red delicious. Never met an apple I didn't like. Even the bad apples are good. He tried to red parry. I don't know the actual frame data on Necro's spinning hook, but it's hard to punish. Let's find the frame data out. Let's look it up. It's nice having this tab open. Specials. Spinning punch. Block advantage +1 for the light version. The strong version is -4 and the heavy one is -18. I thought it was hard to... I thought he recovered quick, but I didn't realize it was plus. Jesus. I have nothing but nice things to say about bananas. I have some bad things to say about pineapples, but I love the flavor of pineapple, so I'll forgive them. Pears are great, too. Pears get no love. Pears are as good as apples. Maybe they're slightly worse. But the difference in flavor is welcome. You know what fruit gets no love? The mango. The mango is... The mango... No one appreciates the mango. The mango is low-key one of the best fruits. That's En Sabanur. Let me link you. It's like the most famous Third Strike frame data collection, but it uses the old notation, so everything is actually one more startup than listed. How about cantaloupe? You guys like cantaloupe? Bananas are good. Allow me to temporarily sing the virtues of bananas, okay? I thought about this recently. Here's why bananas are the best fruit. In a very short, simple list. They're tasty. Okay. Step 1, tasty. Ooh, nice juggle. Okay. Zero preparation. Fucking, you know, you peel it and you're eating it. Fucking GG. Cheap as fuck. Cheap as dirt. Fucking buying a dozen bananas costs fucking $1. Honeydew more than cantaloupe? No. The inverse. They're both good though. Depends on what you're eating it with. Honeydew can be better than cantaloupe, but I feel like it's usually a little worse. And they look nice too. Imagine if you just someone comes in and you've got like a fucking bunch of bananas on your fucking countertop. Aesthetic. Oh, okay. You want to know the actual top tier bananas? When you put them in a blender. Life hack number one, putting life hack number one, putting a banana in the freezer. Life hack number two, putting a banana in the blender. Those are the two ways to make bananas truly amazing. If you don't like the mouthfeel of bananas, have riper bananas. Or maybe less ripe, depends. Find a happy medium. Find what you like. I'm a pro pineapple on pizza man. I get pineapple on every pizza. I've never eaten a durian. I see them. They have them at my local stores. I see a durian, I'm like, Yeah, banana allergy is actually really common. It's just usually not super bad. Most people don't get like fucking anaphylactic shock. Ah. Very nice juggle. So what was up with that? Why'd that work? Is that Necro only? Necro is unusually easy to juggle compared to most characters. Usually you need to dash there mid-screen. A lot of people who are allergic to peanuts die if they touch a peanut. But a lot of people who are allergic to bananas just get fucking itchiness. Or like ugly, whatever. Bad feel. Yeah. Q has some properties that make him kind of training dummy-ish. I don't know if that's actually a theory, if it's a fact. I don't remember the official confirmation or denial on that. I feel like they acknowledged it at some point. I don't remember if they confirmed it. I don't think his normals are parry training. But I could buy that he was a dummy. If he was a dummy, I feel like he probably wouldn't have had any normals. How about the sandbag from Smash? They should add that as a playable character. And give it some weird ass gimmick. Treble. Treble 000. This is both these characters are actually kind of bullying to you if they corner you. Two of the only characters who have a combo in the corner out of throws. Wow! Oh, Remy sucks. Necro probably had a punish there. He couldn't quick extend though because it was a super who knocked him over. Lactose intolerance is like acquired. You become lactose intolerant a lot faster if you go a long time without dairy. So if you like drink milk every day of your life, you can be naturally lactose intolerant, but it'll never show up until you're like 40. But if you go from like 16 to fucking 20 without drinking any milk at all, you might just go lactose intolerant. Milk is so nice in cooking though. I make spaghetti and milk, to be honest. You put like a splash of milk in the fucking boiling water, and it makes the spaghetti better. Life hack. Munchlax can eat the sandbag? That's sad. Nice. Hit him on the way up and still ready. Milk above gasoline, huh? I guess so. I guess milk is more useful than gasoline. If you've ever eaten a cake, you've probably had some milk. What about scrambled eggs? You eat those with milk? Some people swear by scrambled eggs and milk. Other people think scrambled eggs and milk is disgusting. And they do it with like butter and shit like that. Or water. Nice. Oh, it didn't even hit, but Necro mistimed the parry because he was anticipating. He parried it alongside the timing of the first rep, but the first rep never hit him. Bad feel. Scrambled eggs and peanut butter? That sounds pretty good. I like both of those foods, but I've never had them together. But I'd give it a go instantly. That seems like a nice breakfast. I assume that there would be buttered bread. Peanut buttered bread. Alongside these scrambled eggs. Am I supposed to put the scrambled eggs on the peanut butter bread? Or am I just supposed to like put a fucking dollop of peanut butter on my plate and take bites of that between scrambled eggs? Peanut butter bacon sandwiches. I'm down with that. How about peanut butter banana? I saw on food porn recently they had like a, I think it was food porn. They had like a peanut butter Rice Krispie banana sandwich. I remember seeing that and thinking, wow, that'd be fucking, I'd take a bite out of that so fast. I hear outside the USA they don't eat peanut butter that much. Peanut butter tastes a little bit like peanuts, but not strongly. I don't know what I would compare it to. It's kind of its own thing. It's not really like anything else. It feels not correct to just say it's just a peanut spread, even though that's all it is. Wow, these Remy's in there charging. Peanut flavored spread. Nutella got really popular over here just recently. It's hazelnut and chocolate, hazelnut cocoa. Oh, it ended. Marshmallow fluff. Best thing to put honey on? Let me think about that. Tea. Put some honey in your tea. You won't regret it. It's like a teaspoon. Okay, you want a fucking life hack right here? You'll thank me someday. Everyone who hears this, if they didn't already know to do it, they will thank me. If you've got a scratchy throat and you have some fucking honey tea, you'll be like, this is fucking being alive again. If you get one of them really bad throat fucking bullshits. When you say your team, are you talking about Haggard and M? Because that's like one of the least neutral teams I can think of. Chun is like top tier in Alpha. What do you mean how? Both those characters live or die on their mix-ups. They move really poorly. Monodemonia. Give it a go and tell me if it works. Hager's like better at neutral than he's ever been, and so is Nemesis. But compared to almost all the characters in MVCI, they're like very not neutral oriented. Efla. Ep. Blah. Ver's a bullshit. Chun-Li's like top 3. Oh fuck. Ver thinks Cody is good. Neat. That's how she going through fireballs. Chun-Li's considered to be one of the characters where her A and her V are pretty similar. It's because she's got nice supers. She's got really good custom combos, but they're kind of hard to utilize. So you're gonna believe me, a guy who doesn't even play this game, or one of the best players of all time? Yay. Isn't it kind of nasty that alpha counters can kill? Most people say Rose is top 1 in Alpha 2 last I saw. I don't know if people still say that, but it was like low strong. High level Alpha 2 turns into a fucking crouch turtle fest because of IACCs, and Rose is the best at that. And she kind of has the best neutral in general, along with Chun. Sodam's like top. He's like top 2 to be honest. I think most people call Akuma top 1. Sodam is probably very, very close to the top. He's up there. Oh no. He's cool too. He's got a really neat playstyle. But he's kind of gross. It's like a lot of stuff he has. It's just like, why do you have this? Like he does weirdly high damage with his punishes, doing like low strong or crutch or stand fierce into 360 kick. Sim better than Akuma, maybe. He's top tier as well. Old tier lists used to always put Akuma at top 1. But Sim was always like top tier as well. I remember really old tier lists had like Akuma in a tier of zone. He might have just been a day 1 top tier though. Sim's the kind of character he needs to develop. This special move does like weirdly high damage. Sodam has really good abuse out of his custom combos, and he also has 360 to OTG with command grab on custom combos. He has some other nasty stuff as well. His slide is the lowest profile slide in the game, despite the fact that he doesn't visually go lower than most other characters. Stand strong into 360 kick, I think. And then crouch fierce, I think. Those are the 2. Got it backwards. He has nice guard break options too. Forgot about that. Those. And just his normal, his heavies in general. Sodam doesn't have a regular 360. One of his 360s takes a really long time but has really big range. It's a little bit like Q's command grab, except it doesn't have a combo state afterwards. And then his other 360 is like a hit grab, so it's not even like a command grab. And then he's got like a first... I like to call it a first Rekka, because I don't know what to call it. He just kind of advances at you. It's like Fei Long's first Rekka, but there's no second Rekka. It's like a Rekka. It's like a one-hit Rekka. There's not really another... that thing. He's doing a bunch of them right now because he's got custom combo on. Oh yeah. Started to see some crouch cancel infinites for a second. Everything that's good in Alpha 3 Sodam has. It's like a dash punch, but it's a quarter circle. That was the 360 punch. He's got some other moves too, but they're all really weird. Like he has a counter that's got like immune legs. And then he's got like a catch, but I've never even seen the catch work, to be honest. Most people don't use it. His tool set's very grab bag. But he's got a really nice normal set. I think I saw A group Sakura. That was nice. Missed it. Ryu's pretty nasty when he gets you in the corner. He's got touch of guard break. And a lot of them, you can actually put together a touch of guard break combo where the opponent can't alpha counter out. And alpha countering out of a guard break is shitty anyway. How on earth did that work? I haven't seen Kikosho in this game in a minute. Went for the Hazanshi but got hit. It's got like invincible body parts, but it's not fully invincible, I think. Tenchoka. She only has that special move in Vism. I mean Aism. No, what is it? I forget how it works. It's not in all her variations, I think. The Xism Chun-Li has spinning bird kick, which is pretty funny. Xism Chun-Li is almost a completely different character from the other isms. It's like more like her Street Fighter 2 version, I guess. Which is the point. Nice. M team is or isn't neutral depending on the stone I use. M teen. Dude, fucking learn to type. Trying to say my team. A stone can't make your team a neutral team, dog. It can make you better in neutral. Obviously, Reality Stone helps you neutral a lot more than fucking Mind Stone does. And whether Space Stone helps you at all depends. But it's more like a crutch, I feel. None of the stones like make you a neutral character in and of themselves. Not even pre-nerf Reality. Dhalsim's nasty. It wasn't until Street Fighter 4 that Dhalsim had any sort of significant downsides for having the best reach of any character in the game. They just didn't give a fuck. It's like, hey, let's make Dhalsim have the most reach of any character. It's like, what should we do to make that fair? Didn't do anything. Let's take Ryu and give him normals to go full screen. It's not like Dhalsim's Ryu or anything, but like really, like his normals are too good. There's no reason they should be as good as they are. His other tools are like, you know, they're fine. It's okay for him to have his normals are as nutty as they are if they like nerfed his other tools, but they fucking didn't, damn it. His slides are super fucking good in this game and in Street Fighter 2. His drills are super good in this game and in Street Fighter 2. His fireball's pretty fucking good in this game and in Street Fighter 2. His these combos are kind of jank. It's quite a lot of damage. You rarely see it in the corner. I think Cody sidestep isn't even something you choose to do. It's something that happens automatically on certain hitbox attacks that hit Cody. All it does is it makes it so you don't take any guard damage. It's just a reference to... I think it does change his functionality a little bit, but it's just a reference to Final Fight. Cody steps into the background because that's what he does in Final Fight. It's a reference to Cody having a plane to move along. Your team's mix-ups aren't that good? I don't know. Obviously team mix-ups are the most important thing, and your team doesn't actually have that many team mix-ups. The sway is only in Vism, but I still think it's automatic, right? There's no input for it, I don't think. I think it just happens when you block certain attacks. I mean, I feel like Nemesis is not that good, to be honest. He's a lot better than he was in Marvel 3. He's probably like mid-tier at best. I don't know about Omega Cody. Until you go neutral, you can keep on acting after a kill in this game. Or like within a time limit. But once you go neutral, your character does this win pose. So you can like stay crouching to attack a little bit longer, or like go straight from attacks to attack a little bit longer. There's some nonsense with that. I mean, define a meme. That shit can work. Part of a mix-up. I don't think it's that good. I think it's best to stay above 2 bars if you can help it. Your early match stuff should be for meteor building. That teleport. Nice. This is pretty scary for Sim, actually. Remember Ryu being a good character? Ryu's like high tier in this game. I think Ken's not too bad either, but you don't see that many Ken players. Generally speaking, whichever one is the better one, people will play that one. Doing more ranked. I uploaded a giant video to YouTube like a couple hours ago. I got 1,000 more points in ranked. Took like 3 hours. Yeah, they actually gave Evil Ryu that kick in Street Fighter 4. I don't remember if Evil Ryu has it in this game. Evil Ryu's not actually like a canon character in this game. He was in the console versions only. I think his normal set is the same as Ryu's, but I don't remember. Ryu's bad in a lot of the fucking crossover games. Ryu's usually fair in crossover games, whereas every other character is not fair. But yeah, Ryu's good in all the alpha games, I think. Ryu has some neat stuff in Marvel 3. I really like Denshin mode combos. Look. He's got like a custom, you can like roll in different directions, but he's got like his own little version of it, where he walks along the ground, and I think the steps have hitboxes. It's very strange. Sim can teleport while getting comboed. Explain this. Ryu's great in Street Fighter 2. He's great in Street Fighter. He's great in Street Fighter 3. He's great in Street Fighter 4. People hate. He's like fair in Street Fighter 4. He has like 5 matches that aren't 5-5. It's like, oh, he loses to Adon. Oh, he loses to fucking Dhalsim. Oh, he beats Honda. Oh, he beats Rufus. It's fucking all his matches are just fucking boring. They're like close. He might lose to Evil Ryu. No, I like Ryu versus Evil Ryu. I've played that matchup a lot. I feel like the improved low forward is really good there in that particular matchup. It's really hard for Evil Ryu to use his low forward against the Ryu. In almost every way they're different. I prefer Ryu in that matchup. Evil use damage is still way higher. Yes, Sodom is the Chad Weeb. Sakura is like high tier, I think. This is X Sakura. So X Sakura's gimmick is that she shits damage. X Sakura can literally like do fucking 60% of your health off a jump in. Her super does 60% of your health without any sort of help. I think she can dizzy you with either one touch or two touches. But she can't air block. And there's some other downside to Xism, I forget. But look at that long ass guard bar. That must be nice. Having a giant guard bar. Not being able to air block is shitty. They should have made everyone able to air block. I don't know why that's just removed from Xism. Xism also doesn't have access to alpha counter. Since they don't have any sort of meter to spend. And their meter is generally the worst. It's just a worse version of fucking Asm. Oh yeah, low short, fierce. It's disgusting that she can do that. Damn. So that slide that Sodom has actually goes under low tiger shots. And it's the only slide in the game that goes under low tiger shots. That's how tiny it is. It looks like he's not even that close to the ground, but it's literally the lowest profile slide by a lot. Like Sims doesn't go under low tiger shots. Nice, there's the OTG command grab. And he combo from it. He could have gotten a full combo too. There's a guard break. Kareen has OTG command grab into combo as well. And both, I think Sodom, I don't remember if Sodom has crouch cancel infinites. I feel like he doesn't. Kareen does for sure. Nice. That was very disgusting. Custom combos are honestly Kuso, like inherently. Go. I think custom combo is really fun. It's just like, you know, it's just really shitty to balance. And it's very stupid. I think in this game, I don't even mind the custom combos. The thing that's really disgusting in this game is is how centralizing they are. Obviously, any move that can literally kill you off of one touch is very centralizing. And that shouldn't be right off the fucking bat. But the real problem is the way the meter works. You get one pop per round. So not only can you use it to instantly kill the opponent, but you get one use of it. If you happen to, and you can't confirm it, really. You can use it as a punish. But most characters can't confirm it. Some can. Off of like a throw or something. See, that was it used as a punish. Like the entire outcome of a round is like determined by like whether your activate was good. In terms of balance, Yon SA3 is the worst, if only because he's the only character in this game who has custom combos. This Ryu is really good. Ryu's got weirdly high dizzy output. It's like they didn't really plan for his Tatsu to get all of its hits, but it does. So it does really high damage and really high dizzy. So if Ryu gets a jumping combo into a Tatsu, he can like touch of dizzy some characters. Yeah, that Gardevoir. I can believe it. It seems like it would be a hard match for Ryu. Ryu has like really ridiculous guard break in the corner as well. But he can do touch of dizzy into touch of dizzy, which almost no character in this game can do. Like he can literally do a combo that dizzies the opponent, and then his punish for the dizzy combo can be another combo that dizzies the opponent again. Which is pretty nasty. I remember seeing Daigo and Alex Vai doing shit like that 20 years ago. Rose. Rose is kind of weird because one of her Aism supers is like Vism. But it's not as good as the actual Vism. Rose's theme is one of my favorite fighting game songs. Oh, the Infinite. Does he have it? Does he have these? Oh, he dropped it. This song was my ringtone for a while. I've been hearing Visure for years. It only just occurred to me now that she might be saying Reflect for her Soul Reflect. I haven't heard my ringtone in probably half a decade. My phone is always on silent. I feel like most people it's the same deal. It's like easier than it's ever been to have custom ringtones. There's like a rule with taunts in this game. I forget what it is. I think it's you can only taunt once per match or something, or once per round. Does he have these? Does he have them? Does he have them? Here we go. It wouldn't be that hard to kill her if he does it right. Oh. So he missed the crouch there. You need to have like at least one, or you can't have any like raw standing frames. You need to go straight from, you need to land and then do a crouch and then go straight from the crouch to a jump. If you have any sort of neutral frames, the game is like, oh, the combo's over, and then it lets the opponent tech flip out. That's the idea with the crouch cancel infinite, is every time Ryu lands, he crouches and then uncrouches. Or he crouches, then jumps again. And that allows him to, that keeps the, there's no tech window during Vism, and it keeps the no tech window from the Vism going, even though the Vism's over, as long as you keep the crouch cancel going. It's like silly. One of my favorite Street Fighter songs is actually Colleen's theme. It's it's very nice. It's very peaceful. Oh look, Ryu got a corner combo and then fucking dizzied like nothing. I was feeling pretty sick like an hour ago. Now I'm feeling pretty fucking good. Tired though. I go to work in like 11 hours. So if I go to bed soon, I'll get a good amount of sleep. How old is fucking Sari supposed to be? Sim's in his 50s or 60s. Sari looks pretty young. I wonder if it was an arranged marriage. Nice. Oh yeah, Akuma's disgusting too. In case you forgot. In case you forgot that Akuma's nasty. One of the saving graces of Akuma is that he does not have Cards cancel infinites. Although his custom combo enders are pretty good. He has really good V'ism of boost too. He's got like guard breaks like nothing. And what do you call it? The Demon Flip is really obnoxious to deal with in V-Trigger. V-Trigger, what the fuck? Custom combo. Nice. Cheap shit. I don't know if you had a way out of that. Yeah, that Akuma. When was Dota 10? Because that might have been Street Fighter 2 era. We might be 5 years after that. Dota still looks like a little kid in Street Fighter 5. Maybe he doesn't age. Some Street Fighter characters are allowed to age and some aren't. Daily reminder that Kemi is older than, or Sakura is older than Kemi. Daily reminder that Sakura is 1 year older than Kemi. Midi Crutch Fierce. Who was it today? I think I saw Menardi versus Dominion. And I was like, oh, fucking... Oh, whoa, what's this? Dominion got his shit pushed in. Someone ask 8-Ball if Ed sucks and tell me their reply. I mean, that looks like a crouch cancel infinite. I think he was losing some height. Maybe should have stuck to the light normal. It depends on the character's jump duration, and there are normal options. Oh, whoa, oh. Took me a second. Oh. That doesn't suck. I guess we just don't know how to use them yet. And his brother. Not only is his brother nothing like him, but there are spoilers in relation to Ace. That would make that not even a necessary conclusion. But I'm not going to spoil One Piece for everyone. Remember like 2 chapters ago in One Piece where like there was a shadow figure that was like the leader of all the world government? Remember when Oda indicated that there might actually be a main villain in fucking One Piece somewhere? I wouldn't call that a spoiler since we don't know who it is. We don't know anything about them. There's certain spoilers where you can just kind of say the spoiler because it's been too long. I think. Snape killed Dumbledore. It's like if you didn't fucking see that at this point, it's your own fault. But I don't feel like you should just go around fucking telling everyone spoilers for no reason. Smoker. Yes. I don't remember the last time he appeared. I think he might have arrested Doflamingo. That might have been the last time. The last time before that was Punk Hazard. How are you gonna say in that one movie? Do you not even know the movie? Have you ever even fucking seen it? You're just gonna say a spoiler to a movie you haven't seen? Yeah, Dominion plays Ed. Dominion doesn't like Street Fighter 5 Guile. Bruce Banner. I actually don't know who that's referring to. But I feel like I should. Yeah, it's got nothing to do with tier. If it had anything to do with tier, it wouldn't be Ed. I'll tell you that. Dominion just likes Ed. He plays a few characters too. I never finished the Hulk. But I can't think of who in One Piece that's supposed to be. SF5 Guile is... He's just SF5ified. He's not so different from Street Fighter 4 Guile. He's like, his execution, what he actually does is a bit different, but the spirit's the same. He's pretty intact. Doesn't Batman have a kid with fucking, Talia al Ghul? SF5 means adapted to SF5. Certain things can stay, certain things have to go. You can't be an incel if you have a kid. Unless the woman took fucking seed from your, I don't know, tissues from your trash can. Then I guess you can be an incel and have a kid. And that might have really happened. Judging Batman and judging Talia al Ghul, she might have fucking... might have stole his seed some way or another. Oh. Oh, the Stampede Swift. Classic. In Street Fighter 3 and 4, they kind of normalized light Tatsu into DP. But in Street Fighter 2 and Alpha, you can do like any Tatsu into DP. I think Tatsus have invincible startup in this game, and they definitely have invincible startup in in Street Fighter 2. Or they have like some invincibility. They've got like weird hurtbox or something. They're really fast too, but that's actually true in every Street Fighter game. Akuma's Tatsus are always really fast. Except the light one. Chase down a whiffed uppercut with your own uppercut. That's really me. This is me. Me IRL. That's a pretty nice confirm. I thought that was immune to lows when he lands on his fucking forks like that. But he got beat by a sweep. Yeah, what is it about Ed to like, to be honest? Ed's pretty basic. I can't think of anything about... I know it's like obviously subjective, but I can't think of anything from Ed that I really wish I had on any other character. Almost every way Ed's different. I don't care about that. It's not something I miss. I guess his flicker's kind of cool. If I could have that flicker on some other character. I do like his VT1, even if it's not that good. It's very cool. He might have got hit on purpose to not get guard broken, to not be left near a guard break. I don't know. Setup's got this weird thing where, like, a lot of characters have two different throw animations. You can throw... your throw direction is based on which direction you're holding. So, like, back plus 1 button. Medium punch will give you a back throw. Forward plus medium punch might give you a forward throw. But a lot of characters have 2 different throws, or like 3 different throws. It's like the same as Street Fighter 2. Throws work pretty much the same way. Oh, isn't it with, in this game it's punches and kicks, isn't it? It's 2 punches or 2 kicks. So I was talking about like Alpha 2 for a sec there, I guess. But a lot of characters have 2 different throws on either 2 punches or 2 kicks. Sodom has the same throw twice, but one of them does about half as much damage and enables struggles afterwards. Or like a third as much damage, but enables struggles afterwards. It's very strange. It's like the only character like that. Although there are actually quite a few characters who can call out of throws. Is this a fucking Blanca? I don't remember if Blanca's shit in this game. He might be. He might not. Blanca usually has pretty big normals, and pretty big normals are very appreciated in this game. This is one of my favorite Blanca designs. I was thinking about that recently. This is probably number 1, actually. This Blanca, and then like CBS2 Blanca. Well, I guess that's still this Blanca, isn't it? And then Street Fighter 5 Blanca, and then Street Fighter 2 Blanca. No, probably 2 then 5. He looks more wild in 2. I like that. But in this one, he's got some ape qualities that I really love. I like that his mouth is always hanging open. I like his teeth. His stances are really good. Alpha Blanca looks great. I like the breathing a lot. His animations in general are just very cool. Yeah, the eyes popping out whenever he takes damage is great. Which meme super? The one with the watermelons? We might see it. He's the rightism. He's got meter. Oh. Okay, we probably won't see it. They should have had a watermelon. I really like what they did with his VTs. I really like Street Fighter 5 Blanca in general. You guys don't see this, but in like local kind of shit, I play Blanca a lot. Blanca's one of my favorite characters to play. I'm not like a great Blanca, but I'm an okay Blanca. I never thought they could make a Blanca that I would enjoy playing. I don't do electricity very much, so. Never been very good at that. Supers be a combo extender or a high risk, high reward move. I hate supers as a high risk, high reward move. My favorite supers are probably the ones that change neutral. Like activation supers, I guess. A lot of people hate that kind of stuff, but I like it. And then I guess I like combo extension supers. I like supers that let you pick up combos in places where you wouldn't normally have a combo. If it's just like the same ass fucking B&B but with a super at the end, I don't like that. But if it's like, you know, overhead super. Overhead super is pretty nasty. I'm not sure I like that. Like Alex low short into super in Street Fighter 3. It's like this is only combo from a fucking low. Enjoy. Boing. Boing. Oh, he flipped out. The thing about like supers as a footsie toll, they can be okay if they're preventative. I don't hate them if they're preventative. If it's like, oh, he has the super, so that means I can't throw fireballs anymore. I don't find that very interesting. I don't generally like that. Flashbacks to Chun-Li. I can't do anything but low block. Because she's got the super. But like, if it's like just like a prayer tool, I hate that. I hate supers like that. Absolutely despise. If it's like, I'm going to do my raw super, and if it hits, I win, and if it doesn't hit, I lose. It's like the worst of fighting games to me. That's like the thing I want destroyed from fighting games. I hate all or nothing kind of bullshit. Most supers have moved away from that. It depends on the game. You can use supers as an all or nothing. It's just if there's a confirm, you'd rather use the confirm. People choose to use supers as a combo ender because, you know, you can actually confirm it. But in games like Street Fighter 2 where you can't really conventionally confirm supers, and they're often safe, people use them as all or nothing. And you got shit like the fucking Marvel games, where supers are like, you know, just combo enders. I mean, they're everything in the versus games. I guess the versus games are my favorite use of supers. They get a good mix of everything. Should Wake Up Super be a viable option? I think it should just be... I don't know. I don't like it, but I'm not opposed to it. It can be in a game and the game can still be good. But if there was a game with no Wake Up Supers, I prefer it. Street Fighter 3 has like good wake up options, but the reversal attacks are not really the good wake up options. Like wake up parry and wake up block are good enough. You don't really need an additional defense besides those two. So most people don't really do wake up DP or wake up super. I hate wake up DPs in Street Fighter 4 and 5. Well, I don't hate them. I like adapted to it, you know. I just wait for them sometimes, and sometimes I'm right and sometimes I'm wrong. It's not so different, really. I don't like the way of thinking, though, that much. It simplifies it in a way I don't really like. It's like a three-way mix-up, and it's hard to make it more than a three-way mix-up. Whereas you need to make a pretty elaborate read with parries. And blocking is pretty easy, but, you know, even with just good defense and blocking, you can make most stuff into a three-way mix-up. I like the idea of having an offensive wake-up option. I like... maybe it's just experience, but I like wake-up parry so much more than I like wake-up DP. I feel like I can bait wake-up parry without just blocking. If it's wake-up DP, I feel like I have to block to bait it. There's a lot of different ways to bait wake-up parry. There's more play. There's more ways for me and my opponent to fuck with the scenario. With DP, there's a super narrow window where they're going to DP. They're going to do it immediately, then maybe they'll do a delayed reversal, but that's it. EX layer footage. I was right about to sleep, to be honest. I don't even know how I got through as much of this video as I did. I'm probably not going to finish it. Maybe like a couple more rounds. I'm okay with, like, the opponent being able to punish you for going for a meaty. But I like parry because it, you know, it's a read. DPs are a read too, I guess, but they're a less interesting read. It's just the way DPs work. If it's like Kareen wake up parry, Colleen wake up parry, I kind of like that. It's there. It's not good. But the main reason it's not good is because there's so many different things that can happen. But she does have access to it. She can do a wake up EX parry if she wants to. She can even do a wake up normal parry if she wants to. Those aren't terrible options. They're just risky. So if you get hit by one of those parries, it's like, well, you know, I guess that was obvious. But with wake up DP, it beats like jump, it beats fucking tech. It beats literally anything except block. And it loses really, really hard to block. It's 2 all or nothing. There's not a lot of play in this scenario. Dead. There's like nothing good to do there. It's not very interesting. Like, yeah, it's a mix-up. You can have the tools to deal with something, and it can still be uninteresting. Whoa. It's very easy to deal with a DP. DP is one of the easiest things to deal with in the game. Even a complete beginner can deal with a DP. You hold that back. I kind of like crush counters on DPs. I have mixed feelings. There's some things I really like about crush counter on DP and some things I don't like. The counter hit state on DP is okay. If it was just that and crush counters didn't exist, I might like it more. And like it was just like, well, I can do my counter hit only combos on DPs. But they made it so every single character has like a more optimized version on a DP punish. And on one hand, that's kind of cool for like, you know, being universal and shit. But literally every character does something unique when punishing a DP compared to fucking their regular punish. Literally everyone. Nice. You can have the extra damage a counter hit gives you without necessarily having like a crush counter punish. Akuma has repeated demon flips in his combos, and they look kind of funny because this demon flip punch is like completely different in this game. He like falls on you. It looks really strange if you're used to like demon flip palm stuff. Okay, he's still got demon flip palm. I don't know what the ender is where he belly flops on you. Or it's not a belly flop, it's like a back flop. It's a mystery. Jesus. So the thing about random activates is that the more meter you have, the more invincibility you've got on the activate. So 50% has like no invincibility at all. Nice. And 100% has like a lot of invincibility. Starting with full meter. Why Capcom? Shoutouts to Vampire Savior, where you can hold an infinite number of super meters. I shouldn't say an infinite number, you can hold 99. You can hold 99 supers at a time. I wonder what the most you'll ever reasonably get to is if you play a character with high meter build, get a high meter build scenario, and don't spend any meter at all. Who I play in versus? I've only fucked around with it a little bit on 2DF and GGPO, but I played Rikuo, the Fishman. He was like a charge character with some run stuff. I also played QB a little bit. I like their bubbles, the honey bubble and the water bubble. QB with their wacky ass air dashes. Oh, he missed it. Doesn't you have a command grab there? Sweep into demon flip into command grab. I thought that OTG'd. That's nasty. I know they made it like, you know, that string is so inconsistent. When they fixed that move, they didn't actually fix it in any way. What they fixed was low forward. They made it so low forward always comboed into 3 punches, or like 2 punches, since it doesn't always combo into 3 punches. But the thing about that is that most of Ed's combos go through low forward, but not all of them do, and that's one of the ones that doesn't. So they only fixed part of the problem. It's tricky because you kind of want that move to go farther, but also you don't really want it to go farther, because it would be harder to catch people like jumping or like neutral jumping or whatever. It's this really awkward situation caused by the fact that Ed has no fucking special move versions. It'd be nice if you had a fucking choice. It'd be nice if you had one that went really far and then one that didn't go very far. Yeah, it's a special intro. It's so stupid, like that little component of Ed's special moves. Already Ed's special moves are a nuisance. The EX one's used for anti-airing, the regular one not so much. But there's specific scenarios where you prefer that to the multi-kick. I think delayed neutral jumps was one. I don't remember. That might have only been for really far away stuff. I think it has a little bit more range than the multi-kick. And they've got the same amount of punishability. There was something, but I don't remember what it was. Ooh. If they just gave it like tracking, that would be fine. I'd be happy with that. That being said, I don't remember Rashid having that. I'm trying to think. Does Rashid have that? I wasn't aware. Not a true infinite for Ken. That's a lot of hits. Ken is cool in this game. Oh, it ended. Alright, it's bedtime for me.